Hey, this is Aditya from LightHaven. Today I'm going to be sharing with you something a little bit different. I'm going to be sharing with you a solo empty hand drill. If you do enjoy the solo drill I'm going to share with you, and if you want me to share more drills like this, please let me know in the comments. There are a whole bunch of other solo drills, empty hand solo drills that I can share. Let me know if you would like to see more of them in the comments. Before we begin, it would mean a lot if you would subscribe to the channel. At the end of the video, if you liked what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please do like and share the video. If you have anything to add to the discussion, leave that in the comments down below. If you have any questions or requests for future videos, please also leave that in the comments down below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. Our residential program is up and running. Our online class is up and running. To enroll for either of those, check out the email I'm going to leave down below. Let's start with the most important part of, of any drill within Kali, and that's the footwork. For this drill, we're going to be doing almost half a diamond. So I'm going to be stepping out in both directions, 45 degrees, and then stepping in 45 degrees. Now, depending on the exact context of what you're doing, you can step out and step straight as well. But for the sake of this drill, we're going to step out and then step in 45 degrees. This is very important. I'm moving off center line and then I'm crashing into center line. I'm going to be trying to crash into my opponent and break his structure. Um, the beginning part of the drill has to do with our empty hand sinawali. I have an entire video on that and some applications of that. I'm going to link at the end of the video, so check that out as well. We're going to start with our left lead forward. You can do the right lead also, it's up to you. I'm going to do it the left lead and our hands up. I've said this in almost every empty hand video that I've made. For me, still the most effective way of deflecting an oncoming punch, especially a straight punch, is a simple parry. Nothing fancy. It's a small movement against someone's big movement, and that's what makes it really effective. And so the beginning of the beginning of the drill starts off with a simple parry. Now, one thing a lot of people tend to do is they parry all the way across and almost outside of their shoulders. We don't want to do that. So in order to reduce that, sometimes this is an option that you can do. Sometimes you see people tap their own shoulder. So this is a parry, and this is stopping me from going across my shoulder. You can do that. As I parry, this other hand inserts um, inserts towards my opponent's face. Now you can tap the shoulder and make that insert, or you can just parry and make that insert. That's really up to you. What I'm looking to do is I'm imagining a punch is coming down center line. I am parrying, getting the punch away from my face, and then inserting this hand on the bottom. This can be a finger jab. It can be looking to push that hand further away. It's really up to you. It can be a palm strike. It can be a whole bunch of things. While I'm doing this, I want to take a step 45 degrees to my left. I want to get off center line. So I'm here. I'm going to parry, step, bisect with that with that other hand. From here, I'm going to come in with a slap. The first movement is 1, 2, 3. Come back. 1, 2, 3. Back. 1, 2, 3. Now the reason why I've chosen this as the first set of movements is because this can be a whole bunch of stuff depending again on the range and on the context. The parry can be followed instead of a straight sort of finger jab to the eye, can be followed by an opening elbow into a slap. Instead of a slap over here, this can be followed by an elbow, or I'm grabbing my opponent's hand and elbowing, attacking that elbow joint. As we do within Kali, we attack the limbs a lot. So this beginning entry gives you a whole bunch of options that you can build on, depending on the range and depending on the context. This also depending on whether he's giving you a jab cross, whatever's happening. If he's giving me a jab cross, I go parry, parry, bisect, slap. If it's just a jab, I'm gonna go the other way. Jab, so parry, bisect, slap. It's just a cross, parry, bisect, slap. But I'm looking to get outside of my opponent's shoulder, which is why I'm using that open triangle. So going back to the combination, let's assume that he's giving you a jab cross. So I'm going to parry the jab, step offline of the cross, insert, slap. From here, I'm going to fire that reverse elbow. So one more time, parry, parry, insert, slap, reverse elbow. One thing you can also do, and this is something I often talk about, is the use of tactile based reference points. So I fight, step in, bisect, that's the slap. Now, oftentimes I cannot see where my opponent is, we're too close, there's too much happening. But if I can do this, if I can bring my elbow to my hand without looking, then it's the same basic concept over here. I have slapped, my hand is on his head. If I can bring my elbow to my hand, just so happens that his head is in the way. I don't necessarily need to look at his head anymore. I'm just bringing my elbow to my hand. So from here, from the slap, you can also go here, or you can just pull the hand back into a guard. Depends on the range, depends on what you're trying to do. One more time. Parry, parry, bisect, slap, elbow. Till now we've been moving offline. Now from the elbow, I'm going to turn it into sort of a frame and crash in. Elbow, it can almost be, it can be a reverse hammer fist. It can be an attack with the forearm. It really, again, depends on context. But I'm looking to push in. I'm looking to break my opponent's structure and crash into him, which is why I said we're moving offline, off center line, back onto center line. So, parry, parry, bisect, slap, elbow, crash in. From here, now I'm going to do an upward elbow, but except I'm not going to come straight up. I'm going to do, the way it was taught to me first was comb your hair. So I'm going to elbow up and I'm going to comb my hair. Because what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to strike and then move his face, open his face up to whatever is going to come next. So I'm coming up center line and opening, up and opening. So that's why comb. I mean, I don't have too much hair, but it's taught to me as comb your hair. Go up center line and open. Side, bisect, slap, elbow. I made that entry. Now with this rear hand, I'm coming up center line, combing my hair and ending with an elbow. I'm looking to attack his face, turn it, so I have a nice clean target for that last follow-up elbow. Parry, parry and bisect, slap, elbow, crash into center line, comb your hair, follow that up with an elbow. This also follows our double weapon principles of one attack is following the other attack. So one attack is coming and then the next attack follows it. Parry, parry, bisect, slap, elbow, enter, crash in, comb your hair with that elbow, come back with that elbow, step back out again. Now I can go the other side as well. So same way. If I was going to my left side, I was using my left leg to step first. If I'm going to my right side, I want to use my right leg to step first. We have, in fact, GT worked a lot with me about stepping across as well. But for now, we're not going to do that. We're going to still go left side, left leg, right side, right leg. So I'm here, bisect, parry, slap, elbow, crash into center line, comb your hair, elbow. One more time, bisect, parry, slap, elbow, crash in, comb your hair, elbow. One thing I want to make sure of, at least in my mind, is I want to fix where my target is. So if my target is at center line, then I'm still attacking center line. I'm still bisecting and attacking center line. Elbow, and when I'm crashing in, I'm still crashing towards center line. I am not going forward. If my opponent is here and I've stepped here, now I'm moving forward. My opponent is now here. I want to crash into him. I stepped off center line. I crash back into center line. This is very important. On the left side, one more time. Parry, parry, bisect, slap, elbow, crash in, comb your hair, elbow, step back to the right side, parry, bisect, slap, elbow, crash in, comb your hair, elbow. Left side, parry, parry, bisect, slap, elbow, crash in, comb your hair, elbow. Right side, parry, bisect, slap, elbow, crash in, comb your hair, elbow. Make sure that when you are throwing an elbow, you're covering yourself, because if you can elbow him, he can elbow you. Unless you are grabbing a head and pulling that into the elbow, that is different. But especially in the last one, when I'm combing my hair, I want everything to be nice and tight, because I'm very close to my opponent. I don't have the space for big movements. So I need everything to be nice and tight, and then I throw that elbow. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw, if you learned from what you saw, please like and share this video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you have anything to add to the discussion, leave that in the comments down below. If you want to see more videos of empty hand solo drills, please also leave that in the comments down below. Any questions or requests for future videos, in the comments down below. All of these things really do help out the school and the channel a lot. Like I said earlier, our online classes up and running, our residential programs up and running. So to enroll to either of those programs, check out the email link I'm going to leave down below. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.